Namaskritya naram shaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudire nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttamashloke bhaktir bhavati nishtaki आराध्यो भगवान् वृजेशतनया तद्धाम वृन्दावनम् रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधू वर्गेण वा कल्पिता श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलं प्रेम पुमार्थो महान् श्रीचैतन्यमहाप्रभुर्मतमिदं तत्रादराना परम् गीता गङ्गोत्थं पीत्वा पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते. One who reads Bhagavad Gita will not have to take birth again in this cycle of birth and death. So we'll read something from the Bhagavad Gita today. I've not planned a particular verse, or so we'll go with how Krishna inspires us. So I'm opening up chapter 13, and we'll read the last verse of chapter 13, which is text number 35. Kshetra kshetragyorevam antaram jnana chakshusha bhuta prakriti moksham cha ye viduryanti te param. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Those who see with eyes of knowledge the difference between the body, the knower of the body, and can also understand the process of liberation from bondage in the material nature, attain to the Supreme Goal. Purport. The purport of this 13th chapter is that one should know the distinction between the body, the owner of the body, and the super soul. One should recognize the process of liberation as described in the verses 8 through 12. Then one can go to the supreme destination. A faithful person should at first have some good association to hear of God and thus gradually become enlightened. If one accepts a spiritual master, one can learn to distinguish between matter and spirit. And that becomes the stepping stone for further spiritual realization. So Prabhupada is kind of summarizing this whole chapter here and mentioning that the first step is to hear of God and become enlightened. And how does hearing of God happen? Not through some movie or disco, but through a guru who distinguish between matter and spirit. And one becomes, it's not the goal. That's not the topmost knowledge to distinguish, but it helps us to understand who we truly are. As mentioned here, we become Shastra Chakshu, Jnana Chakshu. The Guru opens the Jnana Chakshu. Om Agyan Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. The Guru helps us to understand what is temporary and what is permanent. That is matter and spirit. This whole world is temporary. Kamala Dala Jala Jivan Talamala. And what is eternal? Bhakti, Bhagavan, and Bhakta. So the Guru helps us. A spiritual master, by various instructions, teaches his students to get free from the material concept of life. For instance, in the Bhagavad Gita, we find Krishna instructing Arjuna to free him from materialistic considerations. Arjuna was also bewildered, confused. Should I fight? Should I not fight? Oh, they are my brothers, my uncles, my gurus, my this, my grandfather. Arjuna was also thinking, if I do this, I'll go to hell. If I do this, I'll go to heaven. So that's all materialistic consideration. Hmm. So Krishna, the goal of Bhagavad Gita is to free us. Arjuna is a medium, but is to free us from materialistic consideration. We're all in the materialistic consideration, is it not? We think my job is going to stay eternally. My wife or children or husband are going to stay with us eternally. Job is not permanent. Just yesterday, Microsoft laid off 6,000 employees, right? And some of them were very serious. It's not that they were underperformer or bad performers. One was a director of AI, right? Like AI is in news these days every day. So one was a director of AI, artificial intelligence, and she was also let go. Hmm. So in this world, nothing except pure bhakti is permanent. Another news which someone shared with me, we may we as individuals, we want to, climb the corporate ladder, go up, right? So someone shared this news. I want to share with all of you. Indian origin techie Vishnu Giredi among three climbers who killed in the Washington North Cascades. And how they died? They were climbing some mountain range and fell off due to some issue. He was like a tech executive, like a vice president in a very big company, earning millions of dollars, probably, um, and settled in US for last 25 years. And just, well, the end. 200, 400 feet, they fell off. Like, imagine 400 feet. One floor is about 10 feet. So 40 feet, like if falling down from a 40 feet building, just to give some context. Who knows what's going to happen? He had gone there for to pursue his hobby, interest, adventure, whatever. He was not in a last stage of his life. He had money, good wealth, good health. But an intelligent person understands that what is temporary and what is permanent. This whether we are the CEO of a company or whether we, or no matter who we are, India or America, the rules of material world don't change. So Gita is to free us from materialistic consideration. This is the main purpose of Bhagavad Gita. Many people these days, become a better husband from Gita, become a better wife from Gita, become a better student from Gita. That's not the main purpose. Yes, there may be some mode of goodness, and yes, management sutras from Gita, that's all fine, but that's not the main purpose. That's like a very secondary, tertiary product. By naturally becoming a pure devotee, one will become a good everything. Sarve gune tatra samasate sura. So one has to always understand Krishna is instructing Gita to free us from materialistic consideration. Hmm. Nirdvando sattva. Sat, hmm. Krishna is saying you become free from dualities or materialistic consideration. Trigunya Vishaya Vedat Nishtraigunya Bhava Arjuna. Okay, anyone else wants to read from here? Uh, Anyone would like to read?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Very bold. Thank you for
Hare
joining.
Krishna. Dandvat Pranams, Prabhuji. One can understand that this body is matter It can be analyzed with its 24 elements. The body is the gross manifestation, and the subtle manifestation is the mind and psychological effects, and the symptoms of life or the interactions of these features. But over and above this, there is the soul, and there is also the supersoul. The soul and the supersoul are two. This material world is working by the conjunction of the soul and the 24 material elements, and can also see the situation of the supreme soul because becomes eligible for transfer to the spiritual world. These things are meant for contemplation and for realization, and one should have a complete understanding of this chapter with the help of a spiritual master. Hare Krishna. Thank
Right,
you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
You're Pawan Prabhu's mother, right?
Pavan's mom. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yes.
Thank
Okay. Eagerly looking forward to seeing you next week, right?
you. Yes, Prabhuji. I will.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
You want to share some insights? You're such a wonderful devotee.
Oh, me. Oh, my Krishna. And
Anything from this purport, this paragraph struck you want to share or reflect upon?
I'm good now, Prabhuji, but because I just read it and you can explain it further, Prabhuji. Sorry.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So one can understand the body is matter, right? We just spoke about how it's temporary. It's matter, right? It's made up of 24 elements. What are the 24 elements? Anyone knows the 24 elements?
24 Prabhuji, I've heard always it's five elements like Jal, Agni, Vayu, Akas, and Earth.
Mhm.
Mind, intelligence, ego, sense organs, and that.
Mhm. Very nice. Let's try to understand this, this 24 elements. What you mentioned is correct. Let's go deeper. I made this chart way back. So these are called five. That's five, 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 and four. One way to remember five, five, five. So four sets of five, and then four more. So what are the first five, which are also called as Panch Mahabhut? This is very famous. Many people know this. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Bhumi, Bhumi Rapo, Nalo, Vayu, Kham. Bhagavad Gita also says that. Bhumi Rapo, Nalo, Vayu, Kham, Mano, Buddhi, Revacha. Ahankara, Tiyam, Me, Bhinna, Prakriti, Ashtada. Those are the three here. Bhumi Rapo, Nalo, Vayu, Kham, Mana, Buddhi, Ahankar. So these are the, as per the Bhagavad Gita, the 5 plus 3 here. So these are the grossest, like earth is the grossest, right? We can feel it, we can stand, we can, there is taste, but can we like stand on air? So this is from gross to subtle in the descending order. Then 5 subtle elements like smell, taste, sight, touch, and sound. Then the 5 Gyan Indriya. Jnana means knowledge. Knowledge acquiring senses. Indriya means senses. Knowledge acquiring senses. So what are the ways we acquire knowledge? We smell through the nose, we taste through the tongue, we see through the eyes, we touch through the skin, and hear through the ears. So each of these subtle elements have a sense to uh, Gyanendriya. Then Karma Indriya, action or working senses. Karma means work. So hands, right, legs, mouth, rectum, and genitals. These are the karmendriya. Then there are the four subtle senses: mind, intelligence, ego, and then contaminated consciousness. Sometimes uh, the time is also referred at certain places, right? And sometimes the jiva is also the 26th element. So these are the 24 or 25 elements, referred here. Everyone good? Good so far? So we discussed the 24 elements. The body is the gross manifestation. It's a lump of matter, basically, the body. And often we are so attached to the body. The makeup industry is $1 billion industry. Everyone wants to look beautiful. These days, people take so many injections. Some are taking to, no one is happy, or like almost majority of the population, someone is trying to change their hairstyle, someone is trying to change their gender, someone is trying to change their waist size, someone is trying to change their bicep size by putting steroids and whatnot. Someone is trying to change their nose by plastic surgery, right? Someone is trying to put, nails and makeup and whatnot. Like so many, all these, if we put together makeup and plastic surgeries and cosmetics and whatnot, billions and billions of dollars are spent. What is it? We are not happy by how God has made us, basically. That's what. And what are we trying to decorate? It's trying to decorate the external, but forgetting the internal. It's trying to polish the car or trying to polish the cage, but forgetting the bird inside. Right? You've all heard that story. A lady got a nice parrot with a golden cage. She was polishing the cage very nicely with gold polish, and every day, like the cage was sparkling and crystal clean and very, very nice. But she ignored the bird inside, the jiva, the soul. This body is just a covering, it's temporary. No matter we spend $1 million on the makeup, on the plastic surgeries and whatnot, like still it will perish. It will perish. So an intelligent person understands the difference. Why should I put all my time, energy in something which is going to be taken away after some time? Why don't I invest in something which is going to stay eternally, my true self, the soul, the jiva, who's a servant of Krishna, the parrot inside? So an intelligent person, through understanding, understands this, understands the distinction between the body. Now it may seem that yes, we have heard this 10 million times, but it's very, very important to remind that to ourselves every day, because it's hearing is one thing, but application is totally different. But when we remind ourselves, when we see, look at this, he was like a VP in a very big company, earning at least $1 million, and had, good health, good family, good, visa and all that situated. Job was great, friends were there, everything was there. Something was missing, and that something is that, and I'm not talking about this individual. There are like tons, almost majority, you know, we hate the sin, not the sinner. So the point is that majority of people are trying to get that, but ultimately what? One will not be able to get to the supreme destination if one does not follow Krishna consciousness. So the 24, but over that is the soul and the super soul. That's above, that's spiritual, that's transcendental. There are two, Kshetragya. Kshetra and Kshetragya. Kshetra is the body, as mentioned here. Kshetra Kshetragyor evam. Kshetra is the body. Kshetragya, the proprietor of the body. So there are two proprietors, basically the soul and the super soul. The tiny proprietor and the real proprietor. We all are Kshetragya. Like I know about my body, but I don't know about what Anshul Prabhu is thinking at the moment, or what was he thinking an hour back. But the supreme Kshetragya, the super soul, Krishna, he knows about everyone, right? He's the supreme cause. He's the supreme controller. He's the supreme knower. He knows about every jiva because he is there. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshi Arjuna Tishtati. He is situated in the heart. So he knows. The material world is working by the conjunction of soul and this. So we are working till this. If the driver is there in the car, it works. If the driver is missing, the body is dead. So these are meant for contemplation, Prabhupada is saying. We should think about it. We should think about, okay, what is, am I also not wanting this? Majority of the people want to get there, become a VP, become, CEO, get $1 million package, get a good house in a good city, and right? But what is that the real goal of life? One should contemplate. One should think about it because that will help us to make the right choices. One should have a complete understanding of this chapter or Gita. We cannot do it on our own. We need Guru. We need spiritual master. And therefore we are in this Krishna conscious movement so that we can learn from the right Guru, Srila Prabhupada and his followers, and understand what is life meant for, understand where is my journey going, understand what is the true goal, and understand how can I get there. Any thoughts, comments on this text 1335? Anyone? Okay, read one more time the verse. Kshetra kshetragyorevam Kshetra kshetragyorevam Antaram jnana chakshusha Bhuta prakriti moksham cha Ye vidur yanti te param. Those who see with eyes of knowledge the difference between the body and the knower of the body can also understand the process of liberation from bondage in material nature, attain to the supreme goal. Hare Krishna. Kshetra kshetragyorevam antaram jnana chakshusha. Seeing with the vision of knowledge. Bhuta prakriti. Difference between the living entity and the prakriti. Moksha cha. Ye vidur. Those who understand, those who contemplate. Yanti te param. They can approach the supreme law. So, understanding the difference between matter and spirit is critical to get to the supreme destination. Any thoughts, comments, questions on this particular text? Anyone has?
Prabhuji, I have like one thought in the previous one. The people spend like money on to for the body, right? Maybe I can be wrong, so just want to share that some people like their body actually they are way to earn. So that's why they have to spend money, like just like we spend money to study and buy the like gadgets and all those things which is needed for our job, right? And they're like to earn money. There is like for their profession, like actor, actress, and many more models and all. They have to spend money on their body. So how it relates with like whatever you are explaining that thing.
Some they may have to, which is okay. I mean, we are not, but we're talking about the masses. You're talking about like 1% out of the, you know, like for example, like doing plastic surgery. It's very common that no matter who we are, it's not it's trying to change the laws. And out of, let's say, I don't know the statistics, but out of 10,000 people doing that plastic surgery, right? How many really need it, right? Maybe a handful, right? So one has to, you know, one has to see the in the context basically. We're not against all these, but spending lakhs and millions of dollars, billions of dollars, it's a very on this pursuit, uh, one has to think rationally. That's the whole point. We're not against those things. Ultimately, if one is, let's say, artificially trying, therefore the diseases are increasing also. I've seen so many like, talk about these steroids in the gym. People want to artificially develop this big muscle. So many people take steroids to basically make them look, bulkier. And then they get such bad diseases. They lose their life. It's unfortunate, but it happens. So we are not against an individual. We're talking about the wrong practices, which is unhealthy, or to speak of like financially, or it is like even materially unhealthy for them. Hmm.
Can I ask one more, Prabhuji? so, so the body, it need. I mean, they change their bodies and they wanted to be fit and all. So for that also, they wanted to study. Many people they go to this. They take this special profession to do all these skills to satisfy the kshetra.
Mhm.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Was it a comment
Yeah, it was a comment.
that they, yeah, I mean, that everyone is doing, but again, we are not fanatics. Like, for example, even if anyone wants to become a doctor, they have to spend serious time and energy, right? Decades of studies or anything, like at least 25 years of study for any decent, profession. So, is it aligned with dharma? That's what one has to question. Is it aligned with dharma? Hmm. And Shukra, does that answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji, I understood that it's like in different contests. So yeah, if you'll go onto the focus on the contest, then yeah. So like we should focus like on this material thing. Instead of that, we should focus on our like mind and spiritual thing, which will really help us instead of like putting all this materialistic. Yeah, and if you'll go in that contest, yeah, I understood that's correct. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji.
And there are so many examples, like one Hollywood actor, and so many, even in India, one person lost their Instagram followers. Recently happened in India. She lost some, I don't know the count and all. Don't use Instagram. She lost some 100,000 or whatever followers, and she committed suicide. Serious stuff. One lady saw her wrinkle on her face. Old age will come. We're not going to stay young forever. No matter what cream we may apply, no matter what, we may try to hide it artificially with makeup. That's one thing. But reality will dawn. And once she saw that Hollywood actor, she committed suicide. So many such examples are there. Why? Poor understanding of matter and spirit. Sukha dukkha samekritva. Sukha dukh, labh, hani. Everything will come. In this material world, nothing is going to stay. Job, layoff, health, disease, wealth, poverty, friends, enemies.
Today I was listening to Radhesham Prabhuji's lecture, and he was telling that in Gujarat, one place he told, 20 students they committed suicide because they could not fulfill their wishes, like I mean, completing their exams or not getting good marks or whatever it is. So today I just heard about that clip. So
Unfortunate. It's
uh,
growing very fast. It's growing very fast. Why? Because of lack of spiritual understanding. The college where I studied in Bits Pilani, Goa, I shared this some time back. In 3 months, in 5 months, 3 students committed suicide, just in a matter of couple of months. And it's happening everywhere. In teenagers, in post-teenagers, sometimes. I know one of my um, friends, cousin, work pressure, family pressure, mental pressure, exam pressure, so many ways. So in short, bhakti is the only way. Therefore, we talk about holistic care. Bhagavad Gita, it helps us to understand the reality of life, that we all know, we all know that challenges will come no matter we are a millionaire or a billionaire or a pauper, right? How many of us like challenges or want to invite challenges, rough situations, tough situations? We don't want that, right? Do they come without invitation?
Yes, Prabhuji.
They come. But when they come, we may feel shocked, right? We feel shocked. See the irony. We know it's going to come. It's going to come in my life multiple times, right? But when they come, we all feel shocked. So therefore, Bhagavad Gita is preparing us that challenge is going to come. Prepare, O Arjuna. It's going to come. How to deal with those challenges. Bhagavad Gita is preparing us to become a more mature Jiva. Take shelter of Krishna. We have Krishna on our side, then hmm, Machchitta sarva durgani mat prasada tarishyasi athat chetvam ahankara na vinanshasi na shravansi na vinanshasi. If you take shelter of my Machchitta sarva durgani, you'll be free from all the obstacles, you'll overcome all the challenges in life, Krishna says. Mat prasada tarishyasi. By my mercy, you'll be able to overcome this bhavasagar. Atacheto mahankara. If you want work as per your, concocted intelligence, ego, etc., na shroshasi. You don't hear to me, vinanshasi, vinash ho jayega. I see vinash ho jata. Unfortunately, they are lost. Therefore, Gita is the manual, Gita is the guide, Gita is the guru, Gita is life and soul. Anyone who takes shelter of Bhagavad Gita, challenges will come in their life too. But they'll be able to face it boldly. Then, instead of being like a coward, they'll be a bold warrior. And they will pass those with grace, with tolerance, with bhakti, with patience. They'll win over those challenges and grow stronger. I was hearing this class, which just reminds me today, Sita on trial. Mother Sita had to go through trial, right? The trial of fire. So the devotee was comparing after, after Ram defeated Ravana and all, Mother Sita had to go to Agni Pariksha. So we also have to go to Pariksha. We also have to go through the trials. What are the trials? Challenges, difficulties. It's not to get to Ram, to get to Krishna, we have to pass through trials. Those trials are tests. Those trials are there to bring the best out of us. to make us pure, to make us humble, to make us stronger, to make us understand that real thing is Krishna. There's nothing else. The sooner we understand, we pass the trials, we have to. There's no shortcut. It's like, can someone become a doctor or an engineer without giving any exam? If someone is promising that, then there's bogus. One has to go through, and the exam will get tougher. The first grade exam is not as hard as the fifth grade exam. The 10th grade exam is harder. The 12th is harder. Then the engineering, it gets harder, right? So similarly, there will be tests. There will be tests in our bhakti journey also, whether we want it, whether we like it or not. But those tests are there to make us stronger. The trials of, we have to stay chaste, like Mother Sita, chaste the bhakti process. If we stay chaste, eka, patni vrata, or sarvadharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam raja. We never leave Krishna's lotus feet in ups and downs. Many people leave Krishna in ups and downs. In ups, they, okay, I'm everything. I have good job, good family, good house. I don't need Krishna. Or sometimes we are too sad. Oh, Krishna is not there. Otherwise, why will I go through this pain? Why will I lose my dear one? Why will I lose my job? But a sincere soul will never leave Krishna in any ups and downs. And that's their chastity to the bhakti process. And that's how they will surely get to the Krishna. The trials will be there. Hare Krishna. Any other thoughts, question before we stop for the day?
No, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Shamakaruna Mataji. Thank you,
Thank
Anshu.
you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhyascha कृपाणेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। प्रभुपाद की जय, भगवत गीता की जय।